Hello, thank you very much for joining this presentation of the Service Catalog search engine from the GaiaX Demonstrator group. My name is Pierre Gronlier from OVH Cloud, a Tier 1 cloud service provider. GaiaX is a European initiative to raise data sovereignty awareness and to create a federated trustworthy cloud ecosystem for Europe. Our target is cloud service end user, and the goal is to propose a tool which allows them to take educated choice when it comes to creating, migrating, deploying a cloud service infrastructure or platform. Given the mission of GaiaX, I will show you how we implemented the policy rules from the CISPE Code of Conduct, which provide a data protection compliance framework, into the demonstrator itself, and how this catalog could help to establish a common governance for reversibility in the line of the SWIPO Code of Conduct. To do so, with a selected group of German and French cloud service providers, we developed a prototype of a service catalog search engine, which we hope will address that challenge. Before starting the demonstrator implementation, we looked at the early node and service definition from the GaiaX technical architecture paper. From that, we compiled a list of most common scenarios that we, as cloud service provider, are facing every day with our customers, such as a user who would like to have a database to store banking information in Germany for European customer. We did a semantic analysis of those scenarios, extracted the keyword, here the word highlighted, added information to make visible the relation between those keywords, what they imply, how they relate to each other, and translated them into basic axioms. It turns out that we can represent those axioms in a graph like the one on the left. All the dependencies are visible, and it turned out to be a really good tool. For example, to check compliance, like PCI DSS, we only need to write a query that for all the service and their dependency, they have a path to the certification node here in light blue. Since a graph can be processed as a mathematical object, we can do very powerful analysis. So, the same holds true for GDPR, where one simply needs to verify the presence of a path, and not necessarily a direct one, between the service provider, all the involved location at stake, nested or not, and the GDPR node, the one in light green. From those graphs, we identify pattern and wrote a first graph ontology on the left. From that ontology, we asked each of the members of the demonstrator group to register one service. We focus on our object storage services, and we can see on the right a visual representation of the data in the graph database. Now that we have the data, we need to provide a way for the customer to easily query information. You will see later a first web interface very similar to what we can expect from a search engine with drop-down options. But we also provided a second interface for advanced query. For the sake of usability, we abstracted the raw database query syntax with a human intuitive syntax close to English. We wrote a grammar engine, and we are able to assist the query composition with value auto-completion that we will demo in a minute. Of course, since reversibility, federation, and iterability are the core of GaiaX, all this work is documented with API and data schema. We use the OpenAPI, JSON schema, JSON LD open standard to document our work. Finally, the code is released under open source BSD3 license. Now, let's jump for the demonstration. We have the first interface with simple drop-down list. We will look for a service that implements S3 and which is compliant with GDPR. The next scenario will use the advanced interface. We will look for a service which implements any of the S3 and Swift protocol and service comply with GDPR or the provider located in the European Economic Area. We can also look for services hosted by a specific cloud provider. Finally, let's look at a scenario where you are looking for two service providers in order to put in place an object storage data replication between two countries, France and Netherlands. And here are the options. That's all for the demo. We are already working on the next version with at least 3 working tracks, the first one being data migration demo, the second one with improving the UI with the UI working group, And the third one is to validate the model at scale with the work of the Identity and Access Management and Self-Description GAIX working group. We try to implement a reputation system for data validation in the catalog. Thank you very much for listening, and please reach out if you have any question or wish to participate. Bye-bye.